Yeah, I'm DJ Unique, the producer of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Now the president of Bone Thug Records, the new indie label from Bone. And we try to do a couple things independently, you know what I'm saying? Keeping control, keeping this shit fun. But pretty much, just wanted to go back and reminisce on some history on how everything came about. Really, I want to start with my man Easy. Easy would always hit me like early in the morning, 7 o'clock. He was like my alarm clock, page me. His code being 187. I'd jump up and it's always like, what time you at the studio? And I'd be like, man, noon or something like that.
What's up, Busy? Nigga, just got my niggas down there. I got my motherfucking cats out here. They about to take this shit down to the go to the motherfucking show how they gonna put this track down. I got my niggas behind the camera. What's up, Stack? What's up, people? What's going there? My nigga Sam in the motherfucker.
I remember him calling me early and just was excited, like, man, I got these cats, man, out of Cleveland, because he had just finished like a promo tour from his EP, and he stumbled across these cats and told me like to meet him up there. So I had to call the owner of the studio, like, dog, it's urgent, man, like Easy like want to get off in the studio, and it's like a little earlier than usual. So I met him up there at the studio that I used to record at called the Black Hole, which was in Hawthorne, California, a little city outside of LA. And I used to be up there recording. It was a 16 track. And I remember pulling up to the studio and Easy being there before me. That was kind of, unusual. But he was there and he had them all sitting out on like this little wall. And I'm looking at these cats like, man, they had the braids and everything. And it was just like, just hungry. And I'm looking like, man, okay. And he was just telling me, man, these cats is dope, man. I'm telling you, man, wait till, your boy get here. So anyway, what I'm saying, my man Kenny pulled up, like wondering what was happening, what I'm saying. He pulled up, and let us in the studio, and I go off into the studio and I'm playing beats. And the thing is, it's like working with Easy, what I'm saying. It's like he got a lot of groups that's kind of kicking more of the gangster style. That's more of the LA style of music, So I had a lot of tracks, like a DAT full of tracks, and I'm playing a lot of gangster beats, just hitting them with hardcore gangster shit, right? And you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, they not really moving. So I'm looking at E looking at me, and I'm like, man, what's happening? So they was like, man, like, we really ain't, really on that vibe right there, what I'm saying? I mean, this stuff is cool, but we really not on that vibe. So I was like, oh, okay. So one of the members, I believe was Crazy, he was like, man, he asked Easy, he turned around to Easy like, man, who did that track for, what was the group? Menage a Trois, called Cause It's Like That. He said, man, so that's the kind of vibe we on. And that was all I needed to hear, because that was the track I did for one of the groups that Easy had. So I was like, okay, so y'all on that type of vibe. That was kind of different because that was more of a smooth, laid-back vibe. So Easy took them to go get some clothes, because they fresh out here from Cleveland. They made their way down here or whatever, or he sent them down here, and they needed to get some clothes. So they was like, man, we're going to go get some clothes, and we're going to come back in a couple hours. So they left, and I stayed in the studio, and we, cranked out some tracks. I did a couple of tracks, and one of the first tracks I did was Creeping on the Come Up. That was like the very first track, and that was the name of their first EP. And they came back to the studio, and I didn't have no music playing, so I was like, oh yeah, man, I done came up with a couple things. I want y'all to check it out. Tell me, is this the vibe y'all feeling? So I hit play on the drum machine. Man, they instantly just went crazy, like, dog, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So we clicked from that moment on pretty much. They were like, that's the vibe, that's us. back then we had the box, and the box was like the main thing that helped us, you know what I'm saying, get exposure. So we had the box, and we was shooting a video in Cleveland for Thuggish, Ruggish Bone when the single came out. And while we was out there, you know what I'm saying, we started going around to the stores trying to see what's in all the stores and all that. But it just started making noise, man. Everybody started catching on to it, and they became like the talk, like everywhere, you know. You know, I was able to come up with like a signature sound for them, you know what I'm saying, that complimented their style of rap real good, you know what I'm saying, which was kind of like a slower tempo, smooth but dark at the same time, and that's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, the Thuggish, Ruggish sound. I remember like being in the studio, and they had thought Eternal, they pretty much had been working, man, so hard. They had thought that Eternal was like pretty much through. I said, man, I got this one track, you know what I'm saying, that y'all gotta get on. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, man, dog, man, we finished, man. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to call it rap. I'm like, come on, man. So I remember grabbing Cray, like, come, man, come listen to the track, man. Check it out. Cray come, stand there for a minute, listen to the track, and the track wound up being first of the month. I remember like when we got halfway finished with Eternal, it was like, you know, they had started making so much noise, and you know, I guess like with radio and the box giving them play, and people start calling for shows. So, you know, Easy would have like a studio booked for a month. So I was like, man, I know y'all need some cheese or whatever, because you know what I'm saying, they was off in the studio doing their thing, and you know how the industry is, you kind of get, you know, your back end like once you finish up everything or whatever. And we had took off for a minute, man, and went and knocked out 2 shows. I remember booking like their first couple paid gigs, you know, after they got signed with Rufus. I kind of took them out there, knocked it out, no security, no nothing. Back in the day, you know, like you could like pop up in somebody's video. Like if you're a person like Easy or Dr. Dre, you could pop up in the video, and that showed that the person was affiliated, and that was pretty much 9 times out of 10 good enough for a person to kind of get some sales from that. But you know, it was coming, you know, it was like the 90s, so it was like, okay, yeah, we got Easy in the video and everything, but man, y'all got to hit these streets. So I came out of my pocket and paid for their first sampler cassettes. they would see like, man, these cats is putting it down. You know what I'm saying? So they would kind of push up on E like, dog, what's up, man? How come we don't got jackets? How come we don't got T-shirts and snippets and street team? Because I had a little street team and everything. And E would be pointing like, man, that's that nigga, man. So I was doing the producing, promoting, marketing. I was everything, co-managing. Because if you look on Eternal, I got the management credit on Eternal. You know, like me and Lazy would just go for it, man. Like, you know, we click right off as far as that business. So, you know, I was just like that big brother to him, you know what I'm saying? And just really, man, just had a bond with him.
Now, therefore, I, Michael R. White, the 54th mayor of the city of Cleveland, do proclaim October 30th, 1994 as Bone Thugs and Harmony Day in Cleveland. To join me in this heartfelt welcome home to our nationally known rappers and wish for them an exciting and highly successful concert. Thank you.
It's Cleveland in the house. Let me hear you say yeah. Say yeah. Right about now, I got a little something I want to give the guys myself. It's a double platinum album for Creeping on the Come Up. And they deserve it. Don't y'all think so? I said, don't y'all think so? All right? Because they putting Cleveland on the map.
Hey, everybody have a good time tonight.
Thanks for supporting the album, Cleveland.